We're live?
Yeah, we're gonna try
We are
recording it to the
live.
cloud this time.
Like we're live.
Yeah, we live.
All right, we're all the way
live.
live? Okay, how
We're
you?
live.
What? I don't really care how you're doing because we're all doing the same. It's quarantine edition, day number. I don't give a damn anymore. Hello. Salutations. It's a wonderful day in the Suburban King neighborhood. Somebody brought up Mr. Rogers to me, so I had to do a shout out. It's a wonderful day because we're here. Austin J got a haircut. He's over here looking all fresh and clean. We don't got the HD. We got Charles Switkage and myself. We looking a little rough. And then we have Arbizi, who looks the best out of all of us right now. What's going on? That's all I have to say.
We got the
And on top of
rename me
that-
Bushy Brow. God damn.
Man. It's all good though. We all struggling right now. You know when you look like you don't have a haircut for whatever reason, I feel like you just feel like you look like you feel like you're having a rough time. Like you could be happy as hell, but if you don't have a haircut, it's crispy and clean. You look like a bozo.
Yeah. Speak for yourself.
I feel like that's definitely a guy thing.
Maybe.
Because girls can put off haircuts for the longest fucking time.
I just have dreads, so it's kind of just like whatever. I really want to get my shit retwisted though. Like this is killing me, yo.
Like before my last haircut, I went like a year and a half without getting it cut.
Crazy. What is the longest time? I can't even think. I think the longest time I've gone without like getting my haircut might have been like 3 years.
Yeah, mine is 5. It's still counting.
But I didn't do dreadlocks. Like I would just keep whatever I had on the top, and it just stopped growing after a while.
When was that?
Literally as soon as I cut this, so that was like 3 years of
I
hair.
got them beady beads.
No, I don't got no BDBs. I comb my stuff right now, man. I'm kind of looking kind of, but you see, I got the hairs that have been pulled. That you see how they kind of like don't look right because they're supposed to go up, but they always go flat. But that's just because I started to get my hair braided a lot towards the end.
That's why they call you Black Gumby, man.
That's not what they call me. What you talking about? Hey, hello, Austin J.
Black Gumby.
What is going on? What?
I think Austin's having a moment.
Who pissed the Yoko
Tired.
flick?
I just got.
I think he's
lost all
just
my
upset that the
energy.
Bears drafted terribly.
Who did they drive?
Nope, they didn't draft yet. I lost all my energy.
Well, get it back, because you know what?
I'm
We're
here.
talking about
I just,
relationships today.
I just
folks.
lost it. I lost it. The groove I was in is gone. I'm just gonna. I'll be here.
No, I'm just
Just
playing.
laying down the rest of the time.
I mean, if you keep glitching like that, you might have
Yeah.
to.
That was
My man
not
is out of it.
Yeah. You over here look like you look like a damn LSD commercial, man. This is your brain on drugs.
Yeah,
I just break an egg with the frying pan.
Oh my god. All right.
You're being a diva right now, Austin J.
Me? Oh, I thought
I'm
you were saying me. I
tired.
was like, that's
I
fucked up.
woke up early. I don't know. I have work too, like everyone else. I'm just tired.
Okay, well, get untired and open up in a beer because
Back yourself real quick. Wake
it's
up.
about
Take
that
Tish's beer.
damn time, royalty.
Oof.
You requested it. We heard you. They put it off, but I'm here. So you know what we're talking about? We're talking about relationships. That's right. The good, the bad, the ugly, the lasting, the ones you don't want to talk about. We're talking about 'em. Are y'all ready?
Guess we have to be.
You
Jeez.
have to be.
Guess we have to be.
All
I
right,
guess
so we're
so.
going to go over just questions that have come up, questions that our friends have had, and at the end, we're going to do a fun little, we're going to make the guys answer questions that girls have had all along that they're too afraid to ask. So we're going to end on a happy note. But for now, we're going to get into it. Are y'all ready?
Sure. Let's do it. Like
Yes,
Brutus.
ma'am.
All right. How old were you when you had your first relationship? And I mean, like, your first real relationship can be different to a lot of people, but I'm talking about that time when you first, like, really, like, felt something. Not, like, fifth grade, I like you, like me, okay, we're dating now. Like your first like relationship. If you qualify that as a thing or what, like the first time you felt something. How old were you?
19.
It was a relationship, but it wasn't. I say 18.
Hmm.
I'm like,
I would say I probably. I can't even say that.
just say it.
No, just
Say
say
it.
it. This is a safe space, Austin.
No, I'm thinking about it. See, I was like, I don't know. I would say probably when I was 16.
Okay. Yeah, mine was about like 15, 16 as well.
The first time I fell in love, though.
She didn't ask that.
Okay. But I'm waiting for it.
No, that was
I have the story on cue.
that was my next question. So you said the date that you had your first like relationship. How old were you when you first realized that you were like in love?
Does this have to be romantically?
Yes.
I'd say 19.
You're going to get me in trouble, Rachel. Damn.
I'm not gonna name the person, but
No, you
We
don't have to
obviously
name that
know
person.
it's Kate.
This
It's
is my
okay,
story
Austin.
that
Jesus.
No, it
I've
doesn't
only
have to be.
I've only told Brett, I think, the story, but
Oh.
so one person. See, it was later in life that I realized that it was a weird relationship, I guess you could say. What? Yeah, I don't even know how to talk about it.
We've all
normally.
been there, man.
So
Just let it
I
out.
love someone when I had feelings for someone that I'd known for a long time, but I realized I've always had that feeling when I got into high school. Like a love for this person. Like from I would say like I've known them like since I was in like elementary school, but I've from beginning, but probably from like a fifth grade standpoint till like junior of high school.
Wow.
No matter what girls or anything I was with, like it was different. Even if I was with her or not.
So
It's hard to explain.
I just need you to answer the question.
I love someone that didn't necessarily, maybe they felt the same way, but we were never necessarily together. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yes.
it does. It does.
Yes.
There was a time where maybe we were or not, but I'm saying for the whole of the being of knowing the person, like I always like loved her.
You were in love with somebody and she just didn't know it. That's all
Look
you
at
had
me
to
talk about
Y'all
this. Who
loved
have
each
I
other
felt
at
like
different
I
times. That's what it
I
really is,
loved.
man.
Loved. Long time.
Okay. Next question. When was the first time you told someone that you?
They didn't even answer.
We didn't need to. Oh,
You
he was.
did.
Yeah. Austin, you answered it for
No,
us.
you didn't.
No, I wasn't thinking
Austin,
that.
You
Okay,
did my
go,
mother's
go, go.
story.
I said 19.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
But
Y'all both.
Daisy didn't answer.
Daisy?
Daisy didn't
Y'all both got it.
answer.
Y'all got it.
No.
First time I fell in love.
We ain't skipping you.
That's such a tough question, man.
It was with the stripper. No, I'm just playing.
That's a tough question, man. What is love, man?
tough?
Like,
What is love?
You know, is it like, are we talking like romantic?
You
like,
know what love is, man. Just
Western-
stop it.
Western
Romantic
stop.
love.
When you were okay, there's a difference
Wait, wait.
between loving someone and being in love with someone.
Okay,
When was the
so-
first time you were in love with someone?
Again, does this have to be romantic? Like, that's
Yes.
Yes.
oh my god.
Oh my God.
But like the idea of love and Western
Daisy, answer the
civilization
fucking
Can
is
you
question.
stop being Tariq Nasheed right now and
Listen,
dancing
are
around
you
questions?
gonna say-
Jesus
Are
Christ.
you
No,
gonna say?
I was gonna say probably
Just give me a year.
21.
Age.
Probably when I fresh off of 21. Yeah, let's go that.
I was about to say, if you're about to just keep dodging these questions, you might as well just start doing hand gestures like Donald Trump right now, my God. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
no.
But love is an idea that
You know, I
got
was
started by America.
That's not the question.
That's all I'm trying
Anyways,
to say. And
moving on.
Rachel, go
Moving
on.
When was okay? And this is different. When was the first time you told someone romantically that you loved them? If you have, no shade if you haven't, because like there's like you can like in retrospect like know that like you probably really didn't truly love that person, but if you still told them that you loved them.
I
that's how I
guess
would
I'll
say it.
go.
Go ahead.
It was when I was 19, and it was a weird situation where it was just like, I'm pretty sure she liked me and loved me at one point, and then like when I actually came around to like, I'm pretty sure I liked it the whole time and loved it the whole time. I know I did, but I just never like manned up and like fucking said it when I was supposed to. So like when I told her finally, it just was too late.
The moment had
Which
passed.
kind of sucked, but
Yeah.
It's
I can
tough,
only
man.
say there's probably
Yeah.
one person. For me,
I
at
would
least.
say probably 15.
What are you, like a lovesick puppy?
It's
The thing you don't know about me is that I've always like
You're a hopeless romantic. That's what I know about you. That's
since
not
like, but like before the times, man.
yeah, you were the guy who was
But
never
like
out of a
now, I'm just a
relationship.
heartless motherfucker. But there was a time where I really, truly tried to love. That's the difference.
Shut the
Okay, then I'm not gonna spit my heart out on
I'm
here.
joking.
Hey
I'm
now,
joking.
this is a safe space.
I'm
goddammit.
joking. First time I said it, I didn't mean it because I just said it in response.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie about it. Some guys do. A lot of guys do this.
No,
No,
I'm
but we're
saying-
talking about the "I love you" that you mean.
But
not
you
the
can
one
No,
you
say-
said just to get
But
But you
off.
can say
I-
like "I love you"
Let me
to
get
like
there.
a
also said it and not meant it as well as what
Yeah.
Daisy's saying.
Right.
like I said
so,
it like to
Not,
boyfriends
like,
in like
felt
8th
like
grade.
the way.
That's not real.
So like,
But
yeah.
in the moment, did you believe it or did you not believe
Hell
it?
no, I didn't believe it.
Okay,
I did
then
not.
you can't count that one. That's what I'm saying.
We're
Like,
the
talking
person
about
who
said it and
believing.
But I'm saying it like accelerated my thought because I wasn't thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? So like now
Yeah.
it's like
What are you looking for?
I had to say it faster than I would like. So it was still it might have been in like my late 20s or like I'm sorry, not my late
It was late 20s. I was like, you didn't even made it
We're
to the
not
late
even there yet.
20s.
my latter
Hit the
half
mid.
of my 20. So like I guess I would quote
It's
on
like 22.
Like 20, 22.
let's say 21. Let's say 21, but like
21,
on the
okay.
latter half is when I actually started to realize what that word meant and what it actually meant to me and that person. So yeah. But I'm a very weird person, and like when it comes to love, I'm not with all that feely, touchy, sensitive, all that surface level love. I don't mess with it.
PDA.
No, the surface level of love. Like I love you, like, oh, let's be romantic going on dates. Like to me, that's not really love, but we could dive deeper into that as we go in this episode. But that's another conversation.
Okay.
All right. How do you think our relationships now, we're like 24, 25, are different from how they were during college?
Up.
We drafted a
Damn.
tight end.
They drafted the fucking tight end. These motherfuckers.
Daisy said he didn't care about the draft. He got that
He
shit
knew.
right on
He
his computer
fucking
screen.
knew.
Get
He
the
knew it was
fuck
happening.
out of here.
The
I have
fucking
ESPN.
tight end.
I have ESPN. I get push notifications even when
You
I don't
know,
want.
it's all right. This is not
Stay
the topic of anything.
Focused.
Austin is really upset right now, and it's hilarious.
the question-
I'll just go. So
They drafted the fucking
You got
tight
to
end.
just-
Austin.
they got me
Come
all
back from
thrown
Notre
off now. Just
Dame.
re-say the question, Rachel,
Yeah.
please. Jesus Christ.
Austin, shut the fuck
Concentrate.
up.
Yeah, concentrate, bro.
Shut the fuck up. This
There's
is
not
my
even gonna be-
goddamn episode.
Yeah.
I don't do this during your episodes.
Oh,
I'm
Get me
sorry.
feisty on my wine.
I'm already emotional when we're talking about love, so I
Goddamn.
apologize.
My question was, how are relationships now at 24 and 25 different from how they were when we were in, let's say, those college years, like 18 to 21, 22?
Oh,
These
not
are-
high school.
only
No,
romantic
that's,
relationship.
that's a different question. That's a
That's
different
all-
College.
This is only
College.
romantically, right?
college age romantic.
Yeah, romantically. I
This-
say in college, I mean, you're just trying to have fun.
Straight up.
That's
Like, you kind of know what it is.
Straight up.
Like,
during those
like
years.
romantically, it's almost like you're just out there like doing your thing, unless you really find someone. But
Straight up.
like I don't know. I don't even know
Other
how to
than that,
explain
it's
it.
Like,
that
okay,
danger.
let's
She
circle it.
smashed the
When-
homie mentality.
Let's say like in college, like between the ages of like 18 to 21, we'll say 18 to 21, when you thought about like, and this can be like, be honest, when you were thinking about like women, were you like, you know, I don't want to get into a relationship. I want to get into a relationship. I'm just here to have fun, or like, let's just see what happens. Like, what was your mindset towards significant others and relationships in that age range, 18 to 21?
I say I was always like, I'll see what happens, what it leads to. I wasn't always in the mindset like, oh, I definitely am not gonna date someone. Like, go further.
I'll let the universe
I
decide
left
my
it
fate.
open.
That was my mentality.
That's
Sounds
fair. I mean,
terrible.
like, just like we'll see what fucking happens, right?
Well, my
Yeah.
motto was, until I broke it, was I don't need to be in no relationship no time soon. That ended up, that ended up backfiring. So then I had to kind of go like, all right, well, I'm just see
Let
where.
me reevaluate this.
I didn't even say reevaluate. I'm just gonna go with the flow. And then after that, I went to my fuckboy shit again.
Can we just talk about how that's just like male like line? I'm just going
I'm not
with
gonna
the
lie.
flow. Yo, that's
I'm not
so
gonna lie.
fucking
When I
funny.
was single,
we really be getting that off.
when I was single in college, like freshman year and then again senior year, so I capped it off. I was very much a fuckboy. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair. I mean, that's the time to do it. I feel like if you're gonna do it, do it.
I was
during-
very I miss him. I miss that person sometimes, but at the same token, I don't. You know.
You need to be worried about if you're being a fuckboy and you're like mid-30s, dog.
Yeah.
Like that's what you need to worry
That's
about.
true. That's true. Very
Like, you're
true.
fine, man.
I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just saying I was like. All this is just encompassing of like a better version of the worst version that I was. You know.
Okay. All right. And now, what was your take on relationships in high school? Because like I feel like in high school you're less likely to be like, I'm just here to have fun. Like it wasn't as common to like kind of fuck around or be a fuck boy or fuck girl in high school. But like, what was your take on like liking someone entering
know,
a
but-
relationship?
I got it. I think the guy mentality.
I was about to say, maybe
the guy
maybe-
mentality is way different on that one. Yeah.
I was about to say my crew was a little bit wild.
We
Yeah.
can just be
16-year-old
real right
me
now.
would
All it was
like
We
to say
know.
differently.
My crew was
if
a
you
little bit
smashed them or
wild.
nah. That's all it really was.
Oh yeah, I did.
What
I
are you
used-
doing with her if you ain't smashed? That's all it really was for high school.
I remember.
Like,
I
guys,
remember
at
a
least.
time there was a party at this one man's house. You know, I was out in the skirts.
Yeah, no snitching. Good shit.
Yeah. So me and one of my day ones. Shout out to my day one. I'm not gonna. You might know him as a local legend, but y'all don't know that. Okay.
Yo,
Oh,
why you throwing
Local
the subliminal
legend.
hints
Oh,
like that,
no.
yo?
Hey, but, hey,
Relax.
but people,
Relax.
not all of the royalty
Hey.
though, and I have multiple local,
Local legend, I'm
but-
protecting your identity, man.
Right.
You
I have
nervous?
multiple.
Stagey out here,
I have
dry
multiple.
snitching like a mug.
So we get into it. It's a high school party. We get in turn, and myself, just being I'm a lively person. Loud, rambunctious. I like to interact with a lot of people. We come in this party, right? We in the bathroom, 2 girls, me and my guy, and then we get up. Nothing
I
happened.
told him meet me in the bathroom.
Nothing happened because we got interrupted. But like we was like yada yada. We run these blah blah blah. These young gardening tools.
Fucking say it.
We run these hoes. That's what we said. We said we run these hoes. Okay, we said it. That was the
Yeah,
kind of
don't be
lifestyle.
scared. Damn.
That was the lifestyle. I'm not scared. I'm
Own
trying
it.
to be-
Fucking
I'm trying
own
to
it.
Gardening
I'm
tools.
trying
Talking
to-
about you ain't scared.
I'm
All
trying
right.
to be colorfully funny. But anyways, that's just one of the stories. I was a wild boy. I mean, my guys were a lot more wilder than I was. But
And like your
still,
perspective could change. Like, I mean,
No.
high school, it's like what, 14 to 18, like, shit
I'm gonna be-
changes. I mean, like for me at least, like 15 to like 17, I was like, I'm in love. I'm happy. This is it. And then like 18, I was like, fuck it, let's go. Like shit can change.
Yeah, we gotta shout out all the high school sweethearts that actually made it, yo. Like on some real
None of
shit,
them?
yeah.
care about no damn high school sweethearts.
I mean, just the ones that was high school sweethearts.
What
that
the hell
made
you
it,
look?
like,
What the hell I look
damn.
like falling in love when I'm 15?
I'm
Bro,
just saying, man. I know a
sometimes
lot
I-
of Hispanic
some-
people that did that. Stop it.
Charles,
That's true.
Charles,
Or
sometimes
people
I
that
look,
like
I'm looking at this age right now. I'm like 25. What the hell am I looking at love for? You know, sometimes I be
Yo,
stuck
relax.
like that.
Just chill.
No,
Just chill, man.
that's a
I'm trying
healthy
to just
conversation.
chill.
Ain't nothing to save. This is a very healthy conversation. Think about it, man. 25. I mean, I feel like personally, myself, I am trying to accomplish so many things that sometimes these women get in the way. I'm not gonna say it like, hey, this begrudgingly. I'm saying this begrudgingly because I'm in a very happy and healthy relationship. We are working through a lot of things, but we communicate. That's the
Go
most
ahead and
important
clean it
thing.
up.
I ain't nobody. I will shout her out right now, but I mean that's not the point. We're getting there. I know where Rachel's going, so I'm gonna just allow her to dictate the show. I'm just saying, sometimes you gotta realize the person you with, you know. And I'm done talking.
Okay, so Austin, what was your take on relationships in high school?
Sometimes I did them, sometimes I didn't.
That's a lie. You was in a relationship almost the whole entire
I
time.
feel like you were always talking to girls in high
Becky.
school.
Cat.
Never a time that you
Always
weren't talking to
talking to
someone.
girls.
Thank you. I'm gonna be back.
Austin is capping.
I didn't mean to out you like that, but like,
Austin,
come
this is
on,
what you
let's
doing
be
right
fucking real.
Austin, you see this? What did I put on, Austin?
Yeah, put the cap
Look at
on.
Rachel. Rachel,
Capping. If I found my,
you were
I'm
always
about to put
talking
my-
to girls in
I'm gonna put my
You
capping
were.
gown on right
Be
now.
honest.
You capping so hard. Austin. Jesus.
I'm gonna be honest, Cap. Honest, Cap. Austin, you was a little Cap ho, Cap.
Oh,
Austin, we know you don't have to
Cap.
lie about it.
You ain't
I'm
got
not
to
lying about
lie,
it.
Greg.
Safe
I'm
Hey, yo,
gonna go-
Austin, you know what this
exactly
hold
what
on.
Rachel said. I had a good time.
Hey, Austin, you know what just went on? You know what just went on? Just went on the
had
cab.
a great time. I mean,
Come on,
one of the
man.
best times. I mean, I can't go into a lot of details on there, but I had a good
Fuck,
time.
no.
Not details like that. There's just a lot of things like Daisy said, that type of stories, this and that type of stories. There's a lot of things.
Got some wild stories, boy.
I
He's a
can't even
wild
tell some of the
boy.
stories on here because it just ain't right.
Because you're a
Yeah.
smart individual.
That's fair.
But
We
Girls?
can only give
I
you the
will
PG.
say that yes,
Yes.
Rachel, I did talk to a lot of girls. Was I in a relationship, not in a relationship? Did I do both? Was I a bad person? I don't know. At the time, I didn't think so, but
We were
now
children.
maybe so.
We were
Well,
children.
you were a piece of shit. That's what you were, Austin. Just go ahead and say it, man. Just get it off your chest.
Yeah.
We just know. We
yeah.
all know. We all know
Yo,
who you were, man.
Girls.
Man,
Goddamn. Oh,
you
no. I
fucking
guess.
piece of shit talking all.
Hey, man, it's all right, man.
No.
Like I said, I got
mean,
many
But
local.
Charles,
I
you're
got
right,
many
I
local
was,
legends.
and I didn't give a.
You
fuck
didn't want
at
to
the
say it.
time.
You didn't want to say it, so I had to say it for you.
That's fine.
None of us did.
Nobody
No,
cared.
we're not, but we're past that. So we can just
I'm surprised
We
to
are
say it
past
now.
that. I'm
All right,
Yeah,
just
so we
saying,
can just say it
Charles?
now.
there's a lot of us
Um,
that just didn't give a fuck.
I'm surprised that the girls let it slide. Honestly,
I would
The
say.
problem was at Streamwood High School is that most of the girls knew what's going on and they didn't give a fuck. That's the
That's
problem.
true. I can verify that's
And
true.
Rachel knows because she was on the cheerleading team.
I'm saying.
Yo,
I'm saying.
yo,
I'm
he's
She
putting
saying.
his
knows
point
the
out.
stories
I'm
herself. She ain't
saying.
even gonna talk about them because the girls
Y'all
tell
putting
the
people
story.
on blast.
Wait,
Streamwood
listen,
High
we're not-
School,
we're not
it
putting
ran
nobody on
both
blast.
ways.
It don't. We're not.
It
Wait.
did. It did. It go. Like the
let-
girls that were
let
getting
us-
into it with the legends knew what they were doing. Let's
Hey,
be real.
thank you. Wait, let me
I would-
say it again. We are a
The
progressive
local
podcast.
legends.
We are a progressive podcast.
There's
You
also
know-
girl local legends.
Thank
There
you.
is.
Thank you. You know that's the name of this episode. Local legends. LL.
Streamwood got some
I'm
LL.
just saying.
super heads out there.
Girls knew what they were doing. That's
I would
right.
say.
No
I
one
would
was
say
blindsided. at
high
Streamwood
school relationships are literally just roller coasters, man. That's all that shit really is.
Yeah, man.
That's
Can't be in a
Big
relationship.
Just
roller
because it's a
coaster.
young love, you
Can't
know
be
what I'm
in a-
saying? You go on with a certain amount of expectations, and I don't know. You end up just waking up because you realize at the end of the day, like, this is not the all be all at the end of the day, so it just is what it is. Everybody plays
But
games.
in
We're all
high
young,
school,
man.
was the-
Like,
Like in high school, it was the end all be all. Like if your heart was broken, you were devastated, and it was going to be like that for the rest of your life.
Speak for yourself.
That's- no,
I'm
Rachel.
saying-
I was
that's what I'm
fooling
saying.
like a-
I'm
Bro,
saying,
No, but
like,
I feel like the people if you think about the people that were in relationships, me being one of them in high school, like at the time, like you didn't really think like, oh no,
What?
I don't know
oh
what.
Why?
no, my shit like
No.
froze.
No,
Sorry.
you
No,
good?
you
You
Shit,
good?
good?
You
like,
good?
I thought I
I'm
was-
here.
scared the
You
hell
I
out
thought
of
I was gonna glitch again. I was like,
I
oh,
thought
no.
I was like, yo.
But I mean, like the people that were in relationships in high school, like me being one of them, like at the time, like that was it. Like you're naive. You don't know any better. Like you thought that was it. You're like, this is it. I'm done. Like I'm done forever. And then when you break up, it's fucking devastating because you haven't felt like anything like that
True.
before.
Yeah, that's why I said it was an
Terrible.
emotional roller coaster because everybody just plays games, yo.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I
Being
thought all,
free.
I
I
thought
guess
all
I'm
y'all.
talking from a guy perspective, but like, I don't know. If
Daisy
guys
didn't
thought that
date
was the
nobody
end
in
all
high
be
school,
all.
so he really
I'm telling
don't know.
I'm with
I-
him right there. I didn't either.
I
Like,
thought all y'all motherfuckers was weird. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was like, y'all capping.
You guys
And I
crazy.
mean, like people
that's the
can say
Nigerian in
people
you,
can
my
say
guy.
that it was like just girls that were like the heartbroken ones. Like no, I could name
No.
drop so many guys that I know I've heard their voicemails crying to their ex. Like no, everyone like
Capping.
heartbreak in high school.
You should
was
only do that when you
heartbreak.
grown. Capping. That's all I had to say. Capping.
No, we shouldn't do that as a grown ass man. Hold on, relax.
It means more as a grown man. It
Leaving
means
voice
more.
messages though. Who's
No,
leaving
not the
voice
voice
messages
message.
in 2020?
No. I was talking
God
about.
damn.
I'm talking
At
about
the
being
time.
heartbroken. I'm talking about being heartbroken, Charles.
Okay,
I did.
being
I did think
heartbroken.
I was weird. I didn't. I did think I was weird, but that's.
You thought I
don't
was
know.
weird?
I thought anybody in relationships was weird because my whole mindset was like, look, first of all, you don't know. I don't know why I thought this. I was like, I don't even know my damn self.
You know
I
why
said,
you thought this?
I want to live on my own, be on my own, and I also just did not want to be responsible for nobody. And I also, you couldn't tell me nothing in high school. If anybody know me, you couldn't tell me a damn thing.
His
So-
anthem was "You Can't Tell Me Nothing" by Kanye West. Like I'm dead ass. That was literally this man's anthem this entire time I've known him.
I was about to say, like, I was like, a girl, even now, like, I'd be getting caught up in a relationship. I'd be like, yo, bro, like, bounce back. Like, go ahead and do something. Like, leave me the hell alone. Like,
Relax,
That's a good
relax,
L, but
relax.
I'm being honest. And, like, some of those tendencies still stick. And, like, that's, like, one of the hardest things for me in a relationship is, like, you kind of have to, like, be like, put that person above you. And I'm always like, well, damn, I work hard to be where I'm at right now. So, like, for me to put another person above me, that's why. But this is high school. I wasn't thinking like this. High school, I was like, skip these. Like,
No one. I mean, no one was really thinking like that in high school. I don't think anyone was willing to put someone else.
so then
above
why do we
themselves.
date somebody for 3 years, Rachel? Or why do we date somebody all throughout high school? We go through the scandals of so-and-so cheating with whoever, and
Because
yet you still
we
think it's
grow
gonna
up-
work.
I feel
grow
so
up
attacked.
And watch
I feel so worked.
American propaganda on what the real love life should
I'm
be.
talking
We grow up
about-
watching
this
Disney
is
movies.
all
Like,
the-
come on.
I have multiple of my guys who will be doing whatever the hell they want to do with all the girls talking about it, but then the main chick's still gonna be cool with it. I'm just saying, y'all
Ooh.
allowed it.
Baby. Nothing
Wait, don't
else
answer
like
that.
it. That's
Don't
nothing
answer.
but the hits. Nothing but the hits.
Thank you.
Nothing but the motherfucking hits.
It's like as long as you came back to the main, she was good. She was like, oh yeah, you could do whatever. Blah blah blah.
That's
Girls
But
would
that's
get
like
into
a
fights
crazy
over
way
but
of
this.
that's a
thinking,
different
though.
like breed of woman.
That
That
was girls in Streamwood.
That's a
No,
different breed of woman.
But that's somebody who was
some
willing
lack
to
of people in high
sacrifice
school.
their own ego just to say, fuck it, I know it's going to happen. But most of the guys out here, I'm just going to speak on a female, but most of the guys, if their girl did that, they would lose their fucking mind. Their main girl did that.
Nobody said it. Nobody said that they were not. I'm just telling you. I had a lot of my guys, and that's why I'm not telling you my business because these people was doing what they need to do.
I know you
like
we
to use
know.
the
You
stereo
don't have to
on
say
here.
it. We know.
I'm just
They to
saying.
maintain the mystique.
I'm
and
just
that's high school relationships, Rachel.
saying. Yeah.
Roller coaster. It's the Raging
And
Bull.
They're probably different in other high schools, but we didn't go to a normal high school.
High school
went-
relationships are the
yeah.
Raging Bull. You get
Sherman
that.
was wild though. I think we can all acknowledge that. Like,
Yeah.
You almost get that 180 drop like right at the beginning where you fall headfirst in love, and then like the rest of that shit is just mad basic, yo. If I'm gonna be real. Like,
Y'all
damn.
remember the show Skins?
No,
Yep.
I never
Skins.
watched that
I
used
terrible
to-
ass fucking
I-
show.
That
I-
show on MTV was fire.
I was like, I used to think that, like, I was like, bro, I lived this already. Like, I used to be caught up. I'd be like, kids doing drugs,
yeah,
house
when
party.
people like in college are like, "Oh, I've never like drank alcohol
Yeah.
before." I'm like,
Wow.
Just like
I-
Teen
Who the
Wolf.
fuck
We used to
are
relate
you?
so
Like,
well. High school,
I fucking
baby.
love Teen
Except
Wolf.
we weren't all wolves.
There were some bangers.
Teen
back
Wolf
in the
was
day.
Teen
We
Wolf
weren't
was
all
My
good.
shit.
Teen Wolf was good for about 3 seasons until every scene was a makeout scene. It
Until
did-
he turned into a real
Everybody
no.
did.
Once he turned into a
everybody
werewolf, that
did
shit was
turn
terrible.
gay on the show. Actually,
That's true.
Whoa.
What?
no, they did. Everybody, they all turned gay. Charles, almost every single character on the show.
I didn't
they
watch it
turned-
all the way through, so I don't
After
know.
No,
Allison
remember, Dave,
died, I
because you
didn't give a
stopped.
shit.
Because remember, like they literally at
Oh
one
yeah,
point,
because they killed Allison. That's why I stopped watching.
they killed
Damn,
Allison.
spoiler alert.
And,
Oh my
Charles,
god.
Like I'm talking, they had like 3 gay dudes and a lesbian
They did.
at one season, like out of nowhere.
So
But
they
that's
just all
'cause
turned
that's
gay?
when-
They were
That's-
trying to stay relevant.
No, that's when the
Right.
movement started because the
They
writer
were
was
trying to
himself
be
gay.
mad progressive.
Yeah.
No, the writer himself was gay, so he was trying
Yeah.
to like.
I don't know
No,
about
I get it, but I'm just saying the
It was
show
just too much
out
at
of
once.
nowhere took like a huge turn and it went like MTV.
It got bad.
Guys
Yeah.
were kissing
Yeah.
each other. That's
Got
all
bad.
I'm saying.
Got bad. Got bad.
Okay.
We
Anyway,
could deep dive onto that in a later pod.
yeah,
of
we'll
how
deep
awkward that
dive
is,
like
but
our old review on Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf, a
at
great
another
show.
point in time.
it's pretty much just ban Snickers commercials for the rest of the season. That's what y'all
Watch
telling me.
parties. All right, so we're gonna get into some topics that I've gotten requests from some people about. So can we talk about the importance of being able to talk to your partner about everything? And that's conflicts, changes, stress, anger, triggers, super emotional things like can you talk about personally? You don't need to go into super detail, but why you feel like it's truly important to be able to talk to your partner about anything.
Communication is going to be the key for any relationship. Like, if you can communicate well, then you should be fine. But that's not the case 90% of the time. So, like,
Yep.
Because humans have this thing that's called emotion and feelings. So even if you communicate the way that you're feeling to them, they are going to take it a different way, regardless of like who you are. So
Yeah.
So that's why a majority of
Right.
humans, I feel like, hide things from somebody else because they already have the fear of how they're going to react to something.
Uh-oh.
But if you're able to break through that and communicate with your significant other with certain things, then I feel like that relationship is bound to last. But if it's
Awesome.
not, it's not
Awesome.
going to happen.
Austin throttling or whatever.
Oh, God. He
Oh,
just
he's
lagged out.
buffering.
Yeah. There
He
you
back. He back.
go.
What the fuck, man?
that tight end, man. Jesus Christ.
No, it's
I'm
because
just playing.
everybody's home on so many things are streaming.
Like, Jake, get off of
Fuckers.
Fortnite.
I agree with you, Charles.
No, Jake's probably like doing taxes.
Yeah, he's still
Probably.
doing taxes.
Like he's doing
Probably
actual
is.
work.
Hey,
His tax
man
season got
don't sleep.
extended.
My man was
Oh, I
mad
feel
as hell when it got
sorry.
extended. He was like,
Yeah,
son of a
tax man don't sleep.
bitch.
Tax man don't sleep.
That stuff got extended. I know Jake had to be hurt. He said all the way till freaking July or
Poor guy.
I know my
He
man.
can't get a break.
He can't win.
I know my man took the Tim Tebow knee, was like, God, are you kidding me?
All right, Austin,
My man
before
was
you
mad.
buffer again. Oh, is he frozen?
no, he's
No,
not.
Oh, okay.
I just know how to stand still. I'm a fucking ninja, Rachel.
Okay. All right, Austin. What is your take on the importance of communication? in relationships?
Yeah, I think it's really important. I don't do it now, but I know I need to. But I don't express my feelings enough when I'm feeling certain ways or triggers and that. When I know I have to, I just have a hard time doing it. I've always had a hard time doing it. So
That's fair.
I've been working on it, but I do think it's important. I mean, me and Kate have grown because I've gradually done it, but like it's very hard for me. So, cause like I'll just get pissed off and just like I'll just be mad. And but
Are you
then I
mad?
won't talk to her. Like she don't understand
No.
why I'm mad. Like she triggered something, but I don't know how to speak about it.
You sit there with the angry face on. Are you mad? No.
I'm just mad. No,
Tell
she
me
just
why you're
knows
mad.
I'm mad,
No,
but she
I'm not
doesn't
mad.
understand why I'm mad. But she understands that it happens to me like that.
I can see
It's
Austin
hard
just
for me
shaking
to
his
tell
head
her.
twice.
No, not like that. I'm just like
Just walking off.
But I think part of it is also like learning, who you're in a relationship with and how they handle that stress. Like one thing that Cody and I have like dealt with is that I don't handle criticism very well, which shocking, I know. But like the way
Most people
that,
don't though, so it's
that's
okay.
true. But like one thing that we kind of have a leg up on is that we've almost always like worked together in an actual like professional environment. Like before we even started dating, we worked together at Noodles and Company, and then he moved to Iowa, we worked at Noodles, and we started working at Target together. So we've always had to have like a certain level of like professionalism, which has been really nice because like you can't have like that emotional shit like when one of you is a manager and one of you is not. Like that just can't exist. And so we've always kind of had to like deal with that kind of stressor and like be able to navigate communication because like your actual like work life depends on it. And that's pretty insane. So that's something that we've always had that I feel like has benefited us a lot because you can't like, I'm a girl. I know, like, I can sit there and, like, be upset, and he'll be like, what's wrong? I'll be like, nothing. And then I'll be, like, super emotional, like, staring out of a window. Like, that's a real fucking thing. Like, I get it. But that's something that, like, has been really nice is that we've worked together, so we, like, have had to figure out how to work on our shit to maintain a professional relationship.
So y'all got past that point where you're both working on the same shift, and then somebody's mad at each other and just take their anger out on them. You're just like, we're at work. We can't do this shit right now.
Yeah, like there's been
that
times
happened with
like,
me with one of the friends I fucking work with, and it was terrible.
It's like there were times like in this company, like he's working in the kitchen, I'm in the front, like taking orders and delivering them, and he would like throw a dish across and be like, "Here, fucking take it," and I'm like, didn't like that attitude very much.
Yeah, mine was
Love
Bath and
that.
Body Works. I set up an entire like set. One thing was off, and she just like went off on me. I was like, "What the fuck? Like what? This is like a centimeter off to the right. Like you ain't gonna go off on me like this right now. Like no, yo." She just like I don't know. She eventually apologized, but just like somebody got to work past. Which communication is definitely gonna be key in any relationship. To be honest.
Yeah, I think for me the biggest part has always been like how, because my girl always likes to say that how I received it is different than how you interpret it, and I'm one of those people that like I don't give a fuck. Like I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say, and I've been I still like I don't think I'll ever change in that sense because like. Then,
Bro,
like,
that's the Nigerian.
of
in
course
you, like,
it is. Yes,
ass.
I'm true
Y'all
to
just
my
mad
culture.
Straightforward, bro.
I'm
like,
true to my
just
culture.
mad straight up.
I'm true to my culture. This is who I am. I have to accept it, and
Right.
I
But
love it.
you know, in the real world, that's not how everyone else is. So that's
But
why
this-
people
first
don't.
of all-
Whoa,
that's why
no,
people
they
don't
are.
respond well
In America,
to how
they're not,
you,
but every other country,
like
they
when
be
you
mad
do
serious.
that is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, but the real world, a relationship ain't the real world. This person should know me, and she should.
What?
A relationship? No, you create your own world in a relationship. Stop being goofy.
I'm just saying
you know
that
this.
people don't respond
You create your own
well
world,
to
but it
that.
comes through to the
Oh,
real
but
world.
you definitely temper it though. I mean, you act like I'm like this in front of everybody. Like
Oh yeah, shout out to Tess Amber, old girl for him.
Yeah, thanks.
You're
I'm saying the way you made it
Hey,
seem.
I just shouted her out for you. What?
I can say
The way
my
you made
old
it
girl's
seem,
name.
you made it seem
Tess
like it's
Amber.
You
fucking
said
Tess Amber.
black.
this is
Tess
what you
Amber.
said in the beginning.
Tess Amber.
So me
Tess
and my
Am-
girl.
Yeah.
Shout out Tess.
Daisy, the
Hey.
way you made that seem, you made it seem like it's Black Mirror, and you could just create like your own world around you in a relationship. That's just not gonna happen, son. It's the
you're
real
being,
world. At the end
you're
of the
being
day.
too.
I'm being
yes.
too literal though. I'm just
Yes,
fucking
yes.
around.
I know you are, but
I know
all
what
I
you were
was gonna,
saying.
all I was gonna say is that like I say things all the time, and I keep on having to reiterate that my intentions are always 100% pure. Like I will never say something that is detrimental
No.
that hurts you.
Them noodles was trash. This is 100%.
Don't freeze.
Leave my
Did you
noodles
freeze?
alone.
Did
No,
you
we're
freeze?
good.
Oh, okay.
I'm back.
But that's all I was saying. I will never say anything to hurt her or any, not even romantically, one of my guys. If I say something, it's to your benefit. Like I'm trying to help you out.
Chicken
And,
was
like-
dry, real dry.
Exactly. Fillmore. You had to let her ass know. You can't be making no dry, unseasoned chicken. It's real simple.
It's corrective criticism. That's
Yeah.
like what you do.
And a lot of it is just like, okay, you could get mad about it, or you could be like, all right, well, he's trying to help me. All right, and like I would expect the same, because if you can't check me as your friend, then what the hell are we in a relationship, or as a friend first and then as a lover second? What the hell are we doing this for? Because and I can't always be trying to communicate the way you want to communicate. So I've gotten better at like softening it when I need to, but the
Get it.
more times, a lot. So-
When are you softening the blow?
Well, this is
Find the
business.
perfect balance.
This
Find
is
the balance.
all the time. She could tell you I've gotten better. Okay, I'm not. I'm still
That's how you
Nigerian.
know it's real love, man. You compromise.
It's
I have
I'm-
another question.
Compromise.
You
Go
don't
ahead,
soften
Richard.
the blow for me. We've been
When-
friends way
Good.
longer.
How have you?
Because you hard headed. You
Because
hard
I'm
headed,
a
Austin. J.
sensitive soul.
How have you,
Hold on.
how have you as individuals like navigated like the timeline of establishing like trust in your relationship? Like there's like obviously like some things as a person, like everyone goes through their own shit, but it takes like a certain level of trust to share things with people. Like you're not gonna like come out of the gate with someone and be like, I have these problems, like how are you gonna handle it? You know what I mean? But like to an extent, like you need to like let your partner in on like certain issues that you're dealing with so they understand you better. Like how do you navigate that timeline of like being able to share yourself and like trusting your partner? Sorry, that was a big one. That was a real deep one.
I'm a pretty open person, so like they'll get the majority because I share my story with everybody. I'm not really like that shy about it.
Talk about their feelings, though.
I was getting there, but like feelings is just a part. You're thinking about that, but like other aspects, like when it comes to like, well, I guess you're right, Charles. It's still feelings because it's feelings towards like family and how I think that people like stuff like that, or like where you see us going and stuff like that. I feel like as an individual, you kind of have to work towards that. And like in my effort and working towards that, I'm not going to give you everything if like I'm not doing that part myself. Like if I'm not actively trying to learn about you, like when we're not together, or if I'm not trying to ask you questions about you in your life, or if I'm not trying to help you pursue your dreams and trying to help you figure out the best way to reach your end all be all goal, I'm not gonna give all my trust to you because it'd be stupid because I'm not all in. So that's how I kind of I look at it introspectively, and then I'm like, all right, if I'm doing all these things, I got to do it just because that's only fair in a relationship. I can't be doing all these things for you, and then, I can't be doing all these things like testing you myself inside of my own thoughts, and then be like, okay, now I'm not going to tell you what you need to know in order for this to work. Like that's just it's counterintuitive.
I guess a detriment to me would be just that I don't know. I come from a family that's kind of just like, I guess just watching my dad. He never like really talks about his emotions or even like expresses anything, but I've never really seen him do that to like my mom. So I guess like I always just keep everything kind of just like, it takes a lot for me just to like express like shit that's happened with me personally to like somebody else like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even really like tell like my closest friends, like family, like deep shit like that, to be honest. So
And I mean, it also like,
it takes a lot of trust for me, I
Yeah.
guess.
But it also kind of depends, I think, on the person and on the circumstance. Because I mean, there's a lot more I think that goes into a relationship than like most people think about. Like there's been people that have dealt with a lot of like emotional trauma growing up that like really affects them. There's like mental health issues. Like at what point in time, like do you like as someone going into a relationship, like how do you navigate sharing those problems with someone? Because I mean, if you have really bad depression, anxiety, like you don't want to overwhelm someone like first week of dating, like, hey, like I go through this and like that's really fucking hard. I need you to do this, this, and this. Like that's really hard. Like how do you kind of like navigate that?
Yeah, you don't want to bombard them with it.
Exactly.
Like
So I think
just to hold that shit on their like plate and just be like, yo, this is me right here. That's all you got.
Like I think it kind of goes back to like that communication thing that we were talking about earlier, that like I feel like it's important in any relationship to really establish like a good open channel of communication and like a basis of trust and like knowing that you can talk to them about
Anything.
anything and like those issues going on. But also I think it kind of depends on like what kind of relationship you're going into. Like if you like hook up with someone at the club and like you're like Snapchatting and shit, like you're not going to be like, hey, yo, like I got these mental health issues, like how are you going to deal with them? Whereas like I think it's circumstantial.
If it's just a friendship that you've known somebody for so long and you're already cool with them and already chill with expressing yourself to them, it's going to be a lot easier than just meeting a random person and telling them your life.
Why is communication the most important thing in a relationship? I never understood that, to be honest with you.
Because I mean, I feel like if you can't talk about what you're feeling, how do you expect someone to understand how you're feeling?
A lot of people talk, but they don't do nothing. I always felt like effort is more important than communication, because you could talk and not follow it through with your actions.
Yeah, but if you're like, if someone, like if your partner's dealing with something and you're like, you know what, I think this is the best way to like try and make it better, but you don't say like, you know, you're dealing with this is what I'm trying to do to make it better. They're just gonna be like, well, they're doing this and that's just pissing me off more. Like, why the fuck are they doing that? And that could drive a wedge. Like, if you're not
I'm putting in all this work and you ain't saying a goddamn
yeah,
thing.
if you're not communicating the effort that you're making, it could be misconstrued. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
But then it could also be the other way where you say everything right, but you ain't doing shit.
yeah, but
I'm
then
not
like
saying
then you
that
could go
can't
back to
happen.
making like communication and be like, okay, like you said you were gonna do this, but you're not. Like, I need you to make an effort. And then that, I mean, beyond that, I feel like then it gets to like recognizing if that relationship is good for you or not. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Like, if you
toxic or
can't-
not.
I feel like if you can effectively communicate in your relationship, you'll be able to like effectively almost communicate with yourself on like what's best for you.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, Mr. Lean back. Lean back.
Uh-oh.
I've
Lean
been
back.
taking it
Uh-oh.
all in. I've been taking it all in.
Taking in that tight end draft, all in, bro.
I don't have the TV on.
We
Oh.
drafted Hibbert, man. That's
I just
all I'm
wanted
gonna
to
say,
let you
bro.
know I have
Like-
not been watching it.
He's just making fun of you.
Anyways,
I just know you're just
Um,
jaded. Yes, I'm hurt, and yes, I'm jaded. As a Bears fan, I just know you
I
are.
mean, it took me a long time to tell Kate like everything. So like, oh no, did I
No,
freeze?
you're good. We can
Yeah.
hear
We can
you,
hear
but you
you.
froze.
You're
Fuck.
frozen, but we can hear you.
Are you fucking serious?
Yo, just relax,
Yes.
take a deep breath,
Why?
and continue what you were saying.
Yeah, you could just keep talking. All right, now he's gone.
Austin, there he is.
Hello.
No, there we go. You're there,
Motherfucker Jones.
motherfucker.
God damn it. I was trying to say that it took me a really long time to tell Kate everything. So my timeline's a lot longer with issues or everything. I don't know. Like, I think I just like told her everything. And we've been together like 4 years, but I get what you're saying. So
But
But
you
is
don't
that like
wanna
a communicate? Like,
bombard
were
her.
you able to like communicate? Like, you know, I've got a lot of shit I'm dealing with. Like, it just takes me a while to open up.
Yeah.
Like, was that something you were
Yeah,
able
yeah,
to
yeah.
communicate?
yeah, I told her that.
Okay, so like I think like that kind of goes back to what we were saying, that like communication is the big
Yeah.
thing. Like, I think
Right.
even if you're dealing with personal shit, you're dealing with family shit, you're dealing with some like mental health or even just overall health issues, I think like we can all probably agree at this point that like it comes back to like communicating with your partner, and then
Yeah,
that truly is like
Communication
the
is
most
key, but
important
most
thing.
people just say that and they just don't really have good
Right. So,
communication.
but like I have a
That's the
hard time with
issue.
everything, which is like having a relationship with me is very tough. It has to be a strong person.
Yep.
Very hard because
Yep.
I have a difficult time communicating and sharing in my
Feelings,
and-
everything.
Yeah,
And it's a long process. It's a long road. I mean, it's long. I mean,
yeah,
I put
That's
some
fair.
years on people, extra years on some people.
yeah, man.
There's a lot in my life that's gone on, so like it's
Yeah.
very hard for me.
Freshman year, I didn't know if I
So,
was
but
gonna
like
make it.
she wrote it out. Like I explained to her, like in every situation, this is why I can't tell you right now, but there will be a time when I can
Mhm.
explain this. So
I
like
feel that.
He's out.
I froze again, motherfucker.
To get to that point of communication, I feel
Motherfucker.
like you got to be mad
I'm
comfortable
like
with
holding
yourself.
it up here.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
That's
So
all
you
it
can
I
is.
just
mean,
be able to communicate with somebody
Oh, why?
and talk about it.
Why?
Because
I mean,
everyone's playing Fortnite or Call of
Lost
Duty
right now.
in your house.
That's why.
I think like personally it comes down to knowing yourself. So I mean, I've had a lot of shit, you know, going in my life with my family and with my health and my mental health and just things that I've experienced and dealt with that have made relationships and friendships really tricky. And I think it comes down to really knowing yourself and knowing when you feel comfortable sharing that with someone else. Because when you're letting someone into like situations that have happened to you, you're not only letting them into your life, you're letting them into like people around you's life. Because things that have happened to you might not have necessarily just happened to you, they could happen to your family or your friends. So I think it's truly like not only communication, but like knowing yourself and knowing the people around you and what all of you are gonna be comfortable with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had to switch Wi-Fi's. I was on the shitty Wi-Fi. I'm not happy.
How do you have two Wi-Fis? How do you have a shitty Wi-Fi and a good Wi-Fi?
I have 5G and then I have normal 2G.
2G is normal.
We're on 4G. Come on, bro.
Whatever I'm saying, I have a 5G one, and then I have one that's one step lower, whether it be 4 or 3. And I was on that one instead of
But
the
you
5G,
just said 2.
which is why. I don't know what it is, Charles.
Why that?
I don't know if there was the shittier version.
Did you say two?
He did that on purpose. He did that.
I did have
I
like
was
pick number 3, my lord.
Three, my lord.
Pick number
Right?
3, my
Yes,
lord.
I'm so happy that you
Alright.
That was
Not in
that was
that.
a throw
Can't even get that joke. I don't know what y'all joking about.
from
No,
Shrek.
that's Shrek.
You know what
Oh,
sucks
okay.
is like
One
I
bro
was
said
about to
pick
go on a
number
little rant and I don't
Bro.
remember now what I was
That's okay.
talking about.
That's
Well, I
okay.
think
Because the lag just pissed
Daisy-
you off.
Yeah, I
Deji
was
had-
talking about the relationship stuff and now I lost it because I got so mad.
It's
I
all
think
good.
Deji had something from one of our favorite guests, like a question that he wanted to share.
Sure, I definitely can do that. From the man Tafari, is this Asking the Throne? Yes, it is Asking the Throne. I'm just gonna let you know.
Tafari.
So-
Gang, gang, gang.
Alright.
Shout out, yo.
Follow that
Hey.
man
Knows
on
what it
everything: YouTube, IG, Twitter. He makes content. Do the damn thing. Alright, So Tafari asked me to ask you guys of a time where you have had to check somebody and it was a very uncomfortable position, but nobody else did it, but you did.
What do you mean?
Okay, so an
That kind of
example.
recently happened to me.
Check someone like
So for example, do I have a story where I can remember?
Like when I threw that box of cereal in your house and just walked out that motherfucker.
And you got beat up.
After you boxed, I mean, I didn't get beat up. I mean, we
You got
scrapped.
beat up. You left.
We
You
scrapped.
left. You left crying. You got beat up. Got beat
Bro,
up.
I mean, if putting somebody in a chokehold is beat up, that's fine. I didn't have any marks on my face.
I also
I'm good.
pieced. I also pieced.
You never punched me, son.
Okay,
You just put me
anyway.
in a chokehold.
No,
That's
I
all
did
it
not.
was.
First of all, we started wrestling.
They,
and
Shut
then,
up.
you
and
never
then you
punched
started-
me in that entire fight. You
You're making
never
me treat
punched
you like, come on.
I'm sorry.
All right. Anyways, so a good example would be, when I was in 7th and 8th grade. This is a bad example, but it could be an example. Somebody
She said
checked,
it was a good one with the
but it's not me. I wasn't the person checking.
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Just
So
saying.
there was this graduation party. I had, I don't know why, but I was very childish in 8th grade. Just took a whole bunch of pop cans, shook them up, sprayed them on people. Then I was running around. I did it to one of my friends, one of my day ones. I did it to him. He told me to stop. Got it all over.
Smack the shit out of you.
No, we got into a fight. So, but he threw my hat in a puddle of water. Then I was like, "No, you didn't throw my hat."
I know this story.
Yeah.
My man
stop
pushed his
shouting out.
man's 50 feet, yo.
First of all, it
I
wasn't-
just knew what party was at. Haley
First
Garcia's
of all, he didn't
birthday
throw me
party.
50
First of all,
feet.
just
Shout
like
out.
yo
He didn't
ass
throw
in
me
the-
50 feet.
It's like
Okay,
your
it
ass
was-
to beat my ass though. We ain't
It's
finna
more
do
like
that.
5.
Totally remember this.
So that was the time that I got checked.
I remember that.
I had my
man.
stances though.
Holy
Like,
shit.
here's a time I checked somebody because he thought he had power over me in a situation. So perfect example is is going into camp. I'm having an okay, pretty good camp. I'm being a little confrontational with my head coach and staff. High school. This is high school, by the way. It was after one of our 7-on-7s. Like I had been like a little rambunctious, talking a lot of crap.
You never.
But like it was already a heated 7-on-7, and I didn't stop it because I was just talking out my mouth. So come back that next practice or whatever, and he called me into his office, sat me down, and he was like, "Deji, do you want me to blah blah blah?" Basically, he was just holding like my college career in his hands, and then I was just like, "What?" So then he's like, "If you don't start acting right, blah blah blah," basically doing what he says, like on some master shit. then I'm gonna have to tell these coaches this. So
On
then
some
my
pre-cum shit. That's what you're talking about,
what?
What?
huh?
So what?
I mean, I was just
Wow.
trying to throw it out there without giving away the full name. But
Oh
that's
yeah. It's awesome. Yeah, awesome that type stuff. So then, as the season progressed, obviously the next day in practice, I literally sat my ass down on the sidelines as that we were doing drills, and I said, "Bump this. I'm not gonna fold." Season progressed. He tried to bench me, couldn't bench me because I was still doing what I need to do. But then there was this one drill. He's like, "I want you to go over there," and it was the dumbest drill. Like it was week 9, and then our coach is like, "We're gonna do goal line drills." For what? Everybody's already injured on our team. We have a handful of guys who can play, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna not do it." So every time I went up, if the guy got into the end zone, you had to do 10 push-ups. So I was just doing my push-ups, eating them to the face, and the defensive coach, who was buddy with whatever his face was, I don't give a fuck what his name is, he's like, "Go over that way." And then Cal's like, "All right, you're gonna do this drill. You're gonna do this drill with all the linebackers." And I said, "No, I'm not." And he's like, "Yes, you are." I said, "No, I'm not." And I sat my ass down and watched him do the drill. So I checked him because that's the only way I could check a grown ass man without talking out my mouth being disrespectful. I did the Rosa Parks. I sat my ass down and I did that. So that's a situation where I had to check somebody and it was an uncomfortable, because I guess I made it uncomfortable for the team. But I had to make my stance. I died on that sword, and that was a grown man decision. But I was still a little boy.
And what happened in the long run?
I mean, I got screwed, yes, but like I'm not gonna let. First of all, I will never have
I
a white.
understand.
I will never have.
I
I never will have a white man try to hold something over me. I'm sorry.
so he was white.
Yes, he was. He was white, and he was in his mid
Look
50s
at
to
Daisy.
60s.
Yes,
I'm
he
not
was.
doing it. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And his counterpart and his buddy was the same color too, and they was both on the same shit.
What happened here?
And if I could check both of them, because I hate that shit. I hate when white men try to hold stuff over young black boys. That's messed up. Y'all wrong.
We
You're
were
wrong.
talking about love. What happened?
You're wrong. I'm wrong. I'm gonna
We
get
talk
this
about
out.
when he checked somebody.
Y'all both wrong. And if I could see y'all today, I would let y'all know what y'all did was wrong, because that's foul.
He's heated.
Okay.
What happened?
Foul.
Charles.
Foul.
What about it,
Hey,
Charles? What about a time when you had to check someone?
I think the first time,
Insubordinate.
Foul.
one of the times I had to check somebody was, I mean, it was over some stupid high school fighting bullshit, but it was
Man,
definitely
I'm
the
just can I
time
say this
that-
one more thing? They lucky I was African,
Go ahead.
because if I was just American black, I might have just had to bust their head. I have nothing against black people, but like African people, they teach you to respect your elders. And in my head, I was like, this is the only thing I could do to disrespect them, but still be respectful without talking the side out of my mouth. Because, oh my God, the words that I would have said as a young jit, because I was wild. I mean, I remember the time when somebody somebody said they would kill me. I told them my address. I was like, go ahead, pull up. I said, pull up. All right, I'm done. I'm done.
Take a breath. Just
I'm
take a
done.
I
breath.
guess
I'm done.
the first, when I had to check somebody, I guess it was sophomore year. I don't even know if he really said this. It was kind of like his homie came over to the table and told me some shit that he said that he would fucking beat my ass or whatever. And I just checked the fuck out this man's right at the end of if he was at Streamwood, you know what fight I'm talking about that happened.
Of course we do.
You know what I'm saying?
Keep
like-
going. Let me remember.
But I don't really think that he honestly said that. I just think it was some
Instigating type stuff.
telephone ass instigating shit though. That really happened when his bro came up to the table and said that he'll beat my ass, even though I had already previously fought bro, and I ended his shit in 13 seconds. Ended his whole career. Gave him permanent CTE, dog. Like,
Well,
I just remember it was stupid as a young person. Just like thinking, as I'm older now, just looking back on it, it was stupid. But I definitely had to check him after he said he would beat my ass. And I definitely walked up to him as the bell rang. It was like, I heard you said you would beat my ass. Bro stood up, looked me dead in the eyes, didn't say a goddamn thing. Deans come up, tell us to walk away. I walk one way. Bro runs up, sucker punches me. I turn around, all I see is red. Pretty much had bro pinned on the table, beating his ass. could have really threw on some elbows, but the dean came up, and I was like, man, I was about to go on some John Jones shit, dog. My man's is lucky, son. Man's was
All
not
the
getting up
smoke.
from that table, but that's probably the
Charles-
one time I had to check somebody
Charles was getting
after
all
they
the
said they
smoke.
would beat my ass. I was like, bro, I know I gave you permanent CTE. You talking this crazy, dog. Like, relax. But it ain't nothing now, though. Like, it's just stupid. Looking back on it now, it's just like stupid, like arrogant young boy stuff where you just let people instigate fights, kind of.
Yep.
Like, at least as a guy in high school, I feel like all it was is, damn, he said you were a bitch. You ain't finna do this, blah, 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 blah. You like, man, yo,
All right.
dumbass ain't fighting over there. You just want to record this shit. Like, come on, man.
All right, Austin.
I don't know. I've been thinking about this whole time you guys have been talking. I
Okay.
don't know when I like personally had to check someone.
That wasn't when
I-
somebody blocked your shot on the
I don't know
basketball
if
court.
Daisy knows any time I've done it, but I really don't know a time where I was like,
I
That
have
wasn't
one.
when.
I have a good one, I think.
Go for it.
It was, I was, I think, a senior in college. And it was our Drake University Relays, which is like our big annual event. All the alumni would come back. You would get like super drunk. You would hang out. And the Peggy's Tent Bar would like put a big tent up in their parking lot. And I was with some of my friends who were a few years older than me in my sorority. And one girl brought her boyfriend at the time. And our boss was there because we had already graduated and he was an alum and he was like buying us shots and stuff. And this boyfriend was like, wow, you know, I just like think it's really funny that like this person, like his girlfriend, just like wants to like fuck her boss and you guys are all supporting it or some shit like that. Like he was just being like,
God damn.
really shitty to his girlfriend who like would never stand up for herself. Like it was just super annoying and it was super uncomfortable and we all just kind of like stood there for a second and we're like, did this dude like really just fucking say this in front of all of us, like to his girlfriend about like her actual boss in real life? And like you guys know me, like I'm not a confrontational person. Like I avoid confrontation at all costs, but like every like few years, like I'll just have a sleeper where I'll just come up and I'll just like fucking go
Shit
for
on
it.
somebody's
Why the
life.
fuck not? And I just like came up and I was like, it's funny that like youth, and I just like fucking wrecked this guy. And I was like, I just think it's funny that like you think you're so important when really like, and I just like went fucking off to the point that like he was screaming at me and he got kicked out of the event by the bouncers and kept trying to like scream at the bouncers to get in to get his girlfriend. And she just like was crying and stayed at the event with us because we finally told him off.
Can we guess what race that is?
Give you one guess. I'll give you one fucking guess.
I'm guessing
He
that
was a
man
brown man.
He was from the Caucasoid Mountains.
The Caucasoid Mountains.
Yeah, that was my like really proud moment as I like stood
The
up
Caucasian Mountains.
to
Yeah,
shitty
man.
guy
The
for our friend.
Caucasian.
Descendants of the Caucasus. The Caucasus?
That was my really big proud moment. All right, so we're gonna end this episode with. So
I just
these
need
are
to say one more
questions.
thing. I just need to say
No,
one more thing.
hold on, relax. We cutting you off. You ain't gonna say one more
oh,
thing.
I just need to
you
say
know
one more
what?
thing.
I kind of
The
have
way-
one.
Wait, no, I just
Okay,
have to
wait,
say one
Austin.
more thing. You know what? Never mind. Never mind.
All right, Austin, go.
I guess mine is in college football because there was a time where there's like a lot of politics that goes into it, like Daisy knows. But there's just a time where like I just really stopped giving a fuck, and like to prove my point on like they want you to try all this stuff, and then you end up like not playing or being told you're gonna play and not. So like I just stopped caring to the point where like in practice like I would just walk through shit. I mean, senior year of football, I hated it so much and everybody in the game that I mean I didn't do a damn thing. I mean, I was playing in games and I was like, I don't even want to be in the game.
You're a foul.
To prove a point
foul.
that my man,
My man fumbled
I'm
intentionally.
not even gonna
Oh
say his
God.
name right now. He
You
did me
foul.
so wrong. He did me wrong. You know what I did though? I stopped trying.
That's foul.
Trying in every aspect of the game my last year. Daisy knows I almost didn't even play the last year. That's how
Awesome.
mad
What's
I was.
wrong with you? If I gave
I was about to
you,
say, you
I was
getting all
so-
this-
if I gave you a vial of pills and one of them would have
I
killed you,
started the
You're not
first
taking
game
any
of
of
the
them?
season and I didn't even give a fuck. I was still mad from the season before. I had the biggest grudge, and I proved the point, just like Daisy did. And it didn't work out, just like it didn't work out in the end for Daisy. But I felt good about it.
You know what? At the end of the day, I'm just gonna say this: I will never give.
Daisy,
I will
they
never
were
give.
bullshit in college too, and you know it.
That's not my point. I will never give power to somebody who don't deserve it. If you are trying to oppress me
And
as a
I'm
person,
with you. After that, I went after junior. I said these motherfuckers will get no more effort out of me. You know why? Because it didn't matter what effort I put in. Because at the end of the day, they were just gonna cuck you. They were just gonna fucking cuck you.
I feel like mine was a little bit more. I had a little bit more online. I had like a free
because you
scholarship.
you said because you didn't want the white man to hold you down. This
Wait,
wasn't a race thing for me.
Yo,
this
hold
was
up.
about respect. I did a lot, and you know what
Okay.
I got out of it? Nothing from them.
All right,
I was just gonna say I had a scholarship on the line as opposed to you playing PT, and I guess I could have been more strategic in it.
But I felt disrespected.
I felt disrespected, and I lost money. So
But you understand, though.
Of course I do. Of course, I just will never give nobody that.
You
type
know
of power.
that they disrespect a lot of people, and
I can't do it.
including yourself. In
I will
college,
ne-
I'm saying they
I mean, yeah.
disrespected a lot of people. Like at one point, Rachel, our senior year, they just started playing all freshmen. They just said, "Fuck all of you, fuck everybody." Like,
Yeah,
and
that's right.
that's why I did not try. I didn't give a fuck.
All right, Austin.
Senior day
Okay.
came, and you know what happened? I played like 3 snaps, and I said, "That's it." My parents told me to go out without being injured. I said, "That's all I played for, right there." That was it.
Oh my god. Okay,
I
all
didn't
right, you
give
guys
a
ready for the wrap
fuck.
up?
Yes, we are ready for the wrap up.
All
I
right.
go on my rant.
So,
I
I don't know-
hated fucking football. Those
I don't know what
motherfuckers.
happened to Charles, but so we're gonna finish this episode with a few questions that were submitted by royalty, but also some that I happened to find perusing the internet. I'm not gonna say the questions that were called out by royalty. I'm not gonna say the ones that were found by the internet because this section is questions, and this is, we're a progressive podcast. Do what makes you happy. But these are questions that girls are afraid to ask guys.
All right,
Y'all ready?
got it.
Are these quick?
We're gonna keep them quick. We're gonna do a quick, like, 1-sentence answer, no elaboration. That's it.
Daisy. Oh, my bad.
Why? All right, starting. This is
The
kind of a
shade
big
is
one.
real. Shade
Why-
is real.
Why do guys ghost?
First of all, female also ghosts, but
I was saying this goes both ways, but this is why do guys ghost? Why?
lose interest. It's pretty simple. They got what they
I
need.
think you lose interest, yeah. I think it gets
lose
boring.
interest,
Yeah,
or you
Something
just
gets
know
boring in that.
you just
person.
know nothing's gonna come out of this. So what's the point
Yeah.
of just talking to you?
True.
Okay.
Sure.
What is the first thing you notice in someone you're interested in?
Smile. Are we trying to be?
Tendencies.
Oh, that's a good one. If I'm to be real honest, it's body.
Yeah, no, this
From-
is like full honesty. Like, don't like say like, oh, their personality. No, you notice their ass first.
From
say their ass.
afar, it's probably
Body.
body, then smile.
I mean, yeah. Obviously, it's gonna be looks. Then it's not even close.
But then
Okay.
you can't see whole tendencies from the get go. I mean, unless you're in the club.
But
right?
then when you talk to them at the bar, you realize
Yeah.
it sucks. Then you leave.
Yep.
No elaboration.
Sorry.
Do you care if a girl shaves or not?
Hell yeah. I shave. Yes.
I don't personally care.
Yes.
It doesn't need to be. It
I'd
needs to
say
be.
yes.
It needs to be.
Kept.
It needs. Yeah, it needs to be kept. It don't have to be naked or nothing.
I'm gonna be honest.
Like we
I
can't be
don't really give a
Dave
fuck.
Chappelle and like you can't be having jungle grow at the side of
I
your
really-
shit, yo, off the Dave
Yo,
Chappelle show.
I
This
really
man
got
Austin is. This man white man is a caveman, bro.
Okay.
I mean,
No, that shit
Either
doesn't
way,
matter though. I see what he's saying
wanna-
though, because
if-
a little bit of that hair ain't
Girl.
gonna stop you from getting what you really want. So that's
right.
what
I mean,
saying.
I'm saying like, it's been both ways. I've seen it all, man. And I mean, it's right there, Daisy. You're not gonna do it.
Of course. I mean,
Okay, yeah, you got you. That's it.
Of course
That's
not.
Yeah,
done.
exactly.
We're not gonna
You're
elaborate
not
on this.
doing it.
Next
We don't
Point
need
is,
question.
like, I don't care
Next
because you're
question.
not.
All right,
not
next
gonna do it.
question. What are your biggest turn offs?
Staying pressed.
Does
Trying
morning
to
breath
tell
count?
me what to
No,
do.
that's fine. Yeah,
That's a good one.
nope, that's what turn off for me. Trying to control my life.
Ignorance. Ignorance.
Ignorance.
That's
Being
a good one.
controlling.
Control.
Being really controlling.
Yep, that's a good one
Controlling. Or
too.
controlling.
Controlling's a big one. Really.
Oh,
No,
being
like that's an
lazy.
ultimate turn off for me.
Lazy as hell.
Oh my god.
If like, I hate to say it, but like, if a girl doesn't even know how to cook for her damn self, you got to go.
Oh, it doesn't bother me. It's all right. We can
That-
order
that
takeout. We
bo-
can cook together and destroy
Hell,
the dish.
fuck no.
So
I'm
it's all
always,
about the learning
Do-
process.
I'm
do
always
you-
in good. What you mean? I cook for my damn self. You better be able to
Alright.
cook for you.
Let
You
Let
know
her
yourself.
talk. Let her
Do
talk.
you- Do you take back your partner if they cheated on you?
What do you mean take back? Like just never talk to
Like,
them
do
again?
you like keep progressing in your
Oh,
relationship?
hell
Do
no.
you move past
Yeah,
it,
no.
or do you break up and
No.
are you done?
Because
I would
girls be
expect her to do the
Like-
same thing with me if I cheated on her. Don't fucking don't accept me back. Like
No.
no, I wouldn't do it.
No,
Yeah,
I
wouldn't do
can't.
it.
Like if
I'd
we
be
have
very
sexual
heartbroken, but I
if
can't
either
do
one
it.
of us has sexual relations with somebody else, I would fully expect her never to take me back. I mean, I
You
might
think-
want her back, but I don't think it would
It-
ever be right.
Are we
like that.
talking full blown like?
I don't know. It just said cheat on you. I don't know. That
I'm
gets.
just-
I think
but
that
you
gets a little
could-
hairy.
I'm gonna be honest.
It
I'm just
does.
thinking of my like
Because
my girlfriend. I would be like, nah, I'm cool, bro, because I know you connected with that person. Not like sexually, but like emotionally type shit.
Yes. Yeah. I
I
mean,
just feel like I'm not saying this, but I feel like a drunkenly like kiss
Like
or
a-
something, but not
Yeah.
having like anything else.
I think
am
that this
not
might be,
saying
like,
I think
too
it's different
in-depth,
for
like-
guys and girls.
right.
To be
You
honest.
get
I
what
don't
I'm
think it's
saying though. Like
I don't think it's different for guys and girls. I think it's more circumstantial as if it's like a drunken like makeout session, or if you're like in depth talking to someone about how you want to be with them instead of the person you're with. Like I
If you
think
call
it's
me
circumstantial.
and said you were hammered and I don't remember anything that happened, I blacked out. Like I'm just hanging up the phone and it's just done.
Charles.
Like
Yep.
dead ass. And
Okay.
I would expect
Call
the
me.
same if it was reversed though. Like, I
Yeah.
was like, oh my god, I can't believe
Okay.
I was really
I
fucked
think
up.
for
I
me
don't
it's a
remember
little
what
bit
happened.
situational.
I woke up in
Yeah.
a bed with 2 girls naked. Like, just don't talk to me again, because that's on me, yo. I fucked that relationship up. That's on me.
Okay. Who do you think should make the first move? Like the first physical move?
What stage?
What physical? Like what are
I
we
mean,
talking?
like I don't know if I can like kissing and making out. Like not
I
like
think it
oh
should
we
be
should
the-
hang out, but like the first like
The first time you
intimate
meet,
moment.
first time you starting to get like build a repertoire with this girl.
Yes.
It's 2020, so I'm gonna just say the woman.
I mean, I like doing that stuff. I like the chase. I like the game, but that's just me.
I would
you
like
know?
to do the first move, but like I don't know, it's just weird now. So
I
have to
think
go with
if
the
you
woman.
try the first move and they tell you like,
Bro,
just
this is what you
say
do.
no, and
You
then
gotta-
you don't
No,
do
but
it.
the
Charles.
no
you know,
is just-
you know why people always mess up, bro? It's because they always lean in, and like I'm telling y'all, the secret is to ask girls. Love that shit, bro. I don't know what it is. Girls love when you be like, "Hey, can I kiss you, bro?" And if you make it seem like, bro, I'm giving y'all G right
yeah.
now. I'm
Look
giving
at,
That's
look
true.
at
That's a
Freaky.
really good point. Yeah. No, that's that'll
Girls
work.
love that shit, bro. Girls love that shit.
Like,
I
Yeah.
can tell you, bro. Like, fuck it. You do it, and you always do. You gotta make yourself look like dumbfounded.
Look
like,
at him.
But what
I
if
can't
you
believe
don't
I can't
have?
believe
it
No,
right
no.
now.
But I'm saying like,
because
what
this
if you're
is
in a
my
moment? I'm
You-
not about
you
to
saw-
just be feeling you
saw
in a
me-
moment and just be like, we both just touching all up at each
That's
other and all
it.
this shit.
That's
And be
the
like,
club
can I
shit.
kiss you right
See,
now?
when
No,
in
you
my
can't
time,
even say that in the club.
That's like when
Can
you're
I
out and he's
kiss you
talking
right
about-
now? Trying to whisper in her ear. Come on.
but that's
dog.
the club.
We ain't about
In my
to do that.
I sorry to attest, but in my time from when I was, single, doing my thing, bro.
But
girls
at that
love
time, you're already
that
grabbing
shit.
her ass, feeling her hips, like you.
I
already
wasn't
know
in the club
vibe.
doing this. I wasn't in the club doing this, bro.
Wasn't at the club.
I stopped going
Club
to the club.
Daisy's different.
Man, I stopped. What Club Daisy though used to be getting.
Man already hit 3 or
All right.
4 dancing with her, grabbing
I
her
have-
hips in the
I
hall,
have
talking about some. Can I
Another
kiss
question. I have one more question that I think is gonna make you guys mad, but I'm curious to see what you think. And this is a question that girls have asked, and it's a thing that girls say. Why do you think that girls think boys are stupid?
Because they grow up they grow up way faster.
Because they
than
do
us.
stupid shit.
I think it's because
We
they
do dumb
mature way
shit because
faster
we
than
think
us.
it's funny and awesome.
Yeah, no, the girls just mature way faster than guys. We're just gonna be honest.
We
so
do
why
dumb
wouldn't they think
shit,
we're
and
stupid?
girls go like, "Why the fuck would you?" And be like, "I don't know. Thought it was a good idea. Not a good idea. I don't."
That's facts.
Mhm.
That's just facts.
At the time, thought it was going to be a good idea. Ended up not being, but I attempted it. I don't know.
That's fair.
Not a lot of thinking involved. Just going for it.
Yeah, girls think too damn much.
That's true.
Okay. I can't.
I'm
I
being-
can't say you're wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
Y'all think
Honest.
100 years down the line, like, damn,
I be-
we just be
I be
thinking,
thinking
the next
to the
5
next-
minutes.
Like I think down the line, but I'm not thinking like a decade from now. Like
My man think the next
You're
week, like, what
annoyed
am I
with me.
doing?
exactly.
After what? We just were texting. How could I be
Oh,
annoyed at you?
God, for real.
Okay,
I was just saying.
that's fair. I can't.
It's ridiculous.
I said
can't
hi
give
with no
you-
exclamation mark. Like, why are you upset?
Are you
at me
alright?
now? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Of
Why
course,
do you hate me now?
bro. Anytime,
Alright, that's
anytime,
fair.
anytime
Look
I
at
don't,
Rachel. All
Anytime-
right, guys.
anytime I don't say LOL in a text message, just be like, "Yo, bro."
No, if you
Good?
just say LOL,
You
just the
go-
one
Like,
text
are you
reply,
mad?
LOL.
Calling you.
It's
Hey, you all
I
right?
So
didn't
what
do
is that?
I was like,
LOL
hey, are
mean?
you
All right.
I know I say LOL. I know I
LOL
say,
question mark. They send that right back. Like, come on,
Bro.
man.
bro. I be saying LOL in almost every text message. I don't know why. It's a habit. It's my signature. So I just kept doing it. You know, it's what it is. What it is.
You're okay. You're
But I
not
can
wrong.
totally see you being the guy that just like sends like a smart ass comment back with the LOL at the end though. I could definitely see Daisy doing that.
It's my
Though.
signature. Y'all get that all the time.
It's just mad offensive though. Like even I would take offense to that. This is your texting is trash.
It's great.
That's a good point too.
Like
My
you just
texting
always sound angry in your text. Like
You know
it's,
why my
it's just a
texting-
fact.
You,
You know
do
why my-
always sound angry in your
You
text.
really do.
My
Why,
man always
like,
sound mad angry.
where's-
in his
like,
Which
text.
is
there's
why
times when
then
you
I go
text-
into
Then you throw the
in-depth text
LOL at the end
messages.
of it. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes.
And then I
Like
go
there's times that
in-depth
I'm like, is
text
he mad at
messages,
me? Like, are we
and
okay?
then you go like, it ain't that serious. I'm like, well, you
then I have
made
a
it that
conversation
serious.
with you, and it's just like
You mean like our
it's
text like
way
3 hours
different.
ago?
I'm like, what
Yeah,
the fuck?
every
son?
day.
God damn.
You say something, you're like, well, now I have to fucking explain myself. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Because I'm just letting y'all know. I'm very like that's the Nigerian in me. I'm just gonna.
But
give
you
A,
can't
B.
tell that over text though.
Yo, you
don't
So
need
it just sounds like you're pissed.
It's just
all
mad
the
and
Dude,
time.
insulting.
you always sound mad. You're like,
I know
How
it's a
long-
Nigerian in you.
How
but
long
like,
have you known me? How long have you
It's
actually?
just
Yeah.
how often-
hilarious.
How
I
often
haven't
have
like-
you
that
seen
long,
me
and
mad?
you always sound
15
mad.
years.
I was about to say, how often do you have I ever like I rarely ever get mad.
I don't think you've ever. Yeah, I don't think you've ever.
No,
been
in
mad at
person
me.
it's totally different though. But like
Yeah.
over text, it's just like
You
Mad,
seem
blunt,
like you seem
straightforward.
like mad or like annoyed, no matter
Okay.
what any of us say.
All right, guys. That was it.
Crazy.
That's all I had. That's the episode right
Yo.
there.
This camera.
actually pretty
this
fun.
Camera.
that's pretty awesome.
That was
Awesome.
All
I'm
right,
talking
well.
about the pandemic we got going on right now. Thank you for bringing that content to us, Rachel.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I
That's a
thought-
nice
you know,
little
I thought
distraction to get away from
Shake
that.
it up
Like,
a little bit.
yeah.
Make it a little
Hey,
spicy.
hey.
See what happens.
Ooh,
Yeah,
a little bit
most
spicy.
A little
definitely.
spicy. All right,
Yeah.
so that's it. Leave them with a one
Look
liner,
at
guys.
Rachel.
What do you got?
That's it. That's the show.
That's
Everyone
I give
go
them the
home.
classic, whether you up somewhere high, down low, somewhere off in the middle. You know, this quarantine got extended to May, so we kind of all fucked, you know? But at the end of the day, we just going to keep on living and work through it, so let's go.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. You got to say it like Travis Scott.
All right,
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
My one liner. Don't ever let no old white man have power over you. You
Oh,
see that?
Wow.
Okay, there it is.
There we go.
Got it
I'm
again.
keep it lovely.
Say,
Kill racism.
always,
So
always,
even if you're white, don't
try
let your
to
dad
be-
tell you what to do.
Okay.
always try to be better and grow in your relationship. Eventually, doesn't look great, but it will end up being for the best.
There you go.
That's
I
what I
like
have
that
to
one.
leave you with.
Valid
Relating
point.
it back to the topic.
Always surround yourself with people that you are most at yourself with.
Oh, I like
yeah.
that. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Catch us Tuesdays and Thursdays on the Q&As of Suburban Kings. We call
It was
this
rate, review, subscribe.
Rate,
rate,
Review.
review, subscribe,
Right.
repeat. We're on YouTube.
Repeat.
Suburban Kings everywhere. Catch us
There it
Tuesdays and Thursdays on the live. This episode is called Local Legends, brought to you by your Suburban Kings. Shout out Royalty,
Local
man.
legends.
Keep it all the way lovely.
League certified. Click.